They call it a mass shooting, but the only death came from a car. Okay, folks, today we're diving into another tragic event. Not to mock the victims, but to shine a bright, unflinching light on the people exploiting them for political gain. Because while a woman lost her life in Savannah, Georgia on March 18th, it wasn't from gun violence. It was from getting run over by a car. Yet somehow this made it into the gun violence archive as another mass shooting. Why? Because when your database is run by a professional drama queen like Mark Bryant, the goal isn't clarity, it's clickbait. Let's break down what actually happened in this story, which you can also hear on the 10th Man podcast, along with many other media outrages. A man opens fire and hits 5 people. Sounds horrifying, right? Because when most people hear the words mass shooting, we picture the worst. A lone gunman walks into a school, a movie theater, or a mall, starts shooting strangers at random with the cold, calculated intent to kill as many as possible. It's chaos. It's terror. It's the stuff of nightmares, and rightly so. But this? According to TV station WSAV, all 5 victims survived. In fact, police said their injuries were not life-threatening. This wasn't some ideologically driven rampage or hate-fueled slaughter. It was criminal recklessness, very likely tied to a personal beef or gang disputes. Still dangerous, still unacceptable, but it's not what the public thinks of when they hear mass shooting. Then comes part 2 of the story, the real tragedy. During his getaway, the suspect leads police on a high-speed chase. And in the process, he kills an innocent bystander.
That chase ending in the unfortunate death of 60-year-old, Darren Lewis. Here, the suspect crashed into his car at a very high speed while driving in the wrong lane. Now, this morning, GSP officials telling us that the suspect involved in this crash is Kenneth Gordon, the same suspect in the Westlake apartment shooting early yesterday morning, leaving 5 people injured. Gordon has previously been charged 3 other times for fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, along with reckless driving.
Let that sink in. The only person who died in this entire incident died in a car crash. So naturally, Mark Bryant, founder of the Gun Violence Archive, a man whose greatest skill appears to be manipulating numbers to terrify suburban moms, classified this as a mass shooting. Why? Because 5 people were hit with bullets, regardless of the context, severity, or intent. Doesn't matter that it was likely a gang feud. Doesn't matter that no one died from gunfire. Doesn't matter that the actual fatality was a vehicular homicide. Bryant's methodology is simple. If a trigger gets pulled and 4 or more people are wounded, even if it's a turf war in a parking lot, and nobody dies, it's a mass shooting, full stop. But this isn't data, it's narrative building. So let's talk about the man behind the curtain, Mark Bryant. Bryant is not a criminologist, he's not a law enforcement officer, he's not even a data scientist. He's a retired IT guy with a grudge and a website. And thanks to the media's laziness, that qualifies him as the nation's top authority on gun violence. CNN quotes him, the Democrats cite his statistics. Meanwhile, Bryant's criteria are so absurd, if 5 drunk idiots shoot themselves in the foot at a backyard barbecue, he'll call it a mass shooting. And the media? They eat it up like pigs at a trough. Another mass shooting today, gun violence epidemic, ban everything. But here's what they don't tell you. The vast majority of the mass shootings in the gun violence archive are not school shootings, not workplace massacres, not random acts of terror. They're just criminal violence, often gang-related, and most don't even involve a single death. But saying 5 people got non-fatally shot in a gang conflict doesn't move the needle on donations or get you a byline on MSNBC. So instead, the headline becomes 6th mass shooting in 24 hours, even if the actual casualty was from a hit and run. Now again, none of this is to downplay the pain of the victims. Darren Lewis didn't deserve to die. The people who were shot didn't deserve to get caught up in the violence either. But if we want real solutions to crime, we need real data. Mark Bryant isn't giving us that. He's giving us propaganda with a body count. So next time you hear there was a mass shooting today, ask yourself, who pulled the trigger? Who got hurt? And who benefits from the panic? Because it sure isn't the public. Like, share, and subscribe if you're tired of the media inflating panic to push a political narrative. And Mark Bryant, if you're watching, don't worry. We'll keep fact-checking your fiction one mass shooting at a time. See you next time.